Here is a psychological fact you are absolutely not prepared for. Your brain is your most insidious enemy. While you dream of greatness, looking at luxury cars and imagining a life of freedom, your own biology is building a prison of safety around you every single second. Most people don't realize this, but your mind is constantly lying to you about your potential, just so you don't move an inch. If you choose tomorrow, believing that you will have more energy or motivation then, you won't like this harsh truth. Your tomorrow is a graveyard of unrealized ideas. To understand why you are stuck, you need to stop looking at yourself as a lazy person and start looking at yourself as a biological machine. Your brain has not evolved to make you a CEO, a millionaire, or a creator. It evolved to keep you alive in a cave 50,000 years ago. Back then, fear of the unknown saved your life. If you heard a rustle in the bushes and didn't run, you were eaten. Today, there are no tigers, but the mechanism remains. When you think about starting a business, posting a video, or approaching a stranger, your amygdala, the ancient lizard part of your brain, screams, "Danger!" It floods your body with cortisol. It creates anxiety. It paralyzes you. You think you are just procrastinating. No. You are fighting millions of years of evolution that screams, "Stay in the cave, stay small, stay safe." But here is the paradox of the modern world. The things your brain thinks are safe, comfort, inaction, silence, are actually the things that are destroying you. Psychologists call this specific mechanism identity homeostasis. Think of the thermostat in your house. If you set it to 20 degrees and it gets too hot, the AC kicks in to cool it down. If it gets too cold, the heater turns on. Your life works exactly the same way. You have an internal thermostat set to a specific level of happiness, wealth, and success. This is your baseline. Let's say your baseline is struggling but surviving. The moment you try to jump higher, maybe you get a sudden burst of motivation or a new opportunity arises, your internal alarm goes off. You are exceeding your temperature setting. So, what does your brain do? It self-sabotages. It makes you oversleep. It makes you say something stupid in a meeting. It makes you feel a sudden, unexplainable fatigue. This is your brain's cooling system dragging you back down to your familiar misery. Why? Because misery is predictable, and to your primitive mind, predictable means safe. This is why lottery winners often lose everything within a few years. Their external reality changed, but their internal thermostat was still set to poverty. Their brain literally forced them to destroy their wealth to return to the state where they feel at home. Look at your life right now. Your relationships, your bank account, your body shape, they are not there by accident. They are exactly where your internal thermostat is set. If you want to change your life, you don't need a new tactic. You need to smash the thermostat. Understand this. The situation is urgent. Every minute you spend feeling, "I'm okay as I am," is another brick in a wall you will never break through. You think you are safe, but in reality you are just slowly fading away. Your brain has another weapon in its arsenal to keep you docile: dopamine. But not the good kind. You see, the brain cannot distinguish between doing a thing and imagining a thing. When you lie in bed at 2 a.m., planning your empire, imagining your future body, visualizing the applause, your brain releases a hit of dopamine, you feel good. You feel accomplished. You feel like you've already done the work. This is mental sedation. You are getting the reward without paying the price. It is a biological scam. By the time morning comes, you have no motivation left.
Why would you? Chemically, you've already won. You spent your energy on the fantasy. This is why you love watching motivational videos, but hate doing the actual work. Watching someone else succeed triggers your mirror neurons. You feel their victory. You get high on their success. And then you turn off the screen and look at your messy room, feeling emptier than before. You are what you do, not what you plan, not what you promise. Only what you do right now. Your brain paints you a picture of future triumph to calm you down today. It yields no results. It only dulls the pain of your own inaction. And here it gets even worse. Most people stop right here. They nod, agree that, yes, something needs to change, and swipe away. This is the biggest mistake. If you feel a slight twinge of guilt or irritation right now, that's your thermostat trying to shut down this voice of truth. Don't let it do that. But if you actually start moving, you will face the second line of defense, the social environment. There is a concept known as crab bucket theory. If you put a single crab in a bucket, it can climb out. But if you put a bunch of crabs in, the moment one tries to escape, the others will grab it and pull it back down. They don't do this because they are evil. They do it because your escape highlights their captivity. When you start changing, when you stop drinking on weekends to work on your project, when you start reading instead of scrolling, you become a mirror to your friends and family. A mirror that reflects their own wasted potential. They will say things like, "Why are you working so hard? You've changed. Relax, live a little." This is not concern. This is fear. Your brain is afraid of losing the tribe, so it amplifies these voices. It tells you, don't be different. You will be lonely. You will be an outcast. And the harsh truth? You might be. Success is a lonely road at the beginning. You have to be willing to walk away from the bucket. You have to be willing to be the bad guy in their story so you can be the hero in yours. If you are afraid of losing friends who only like you when you are weak, you have already lost. Your mind thinks stability is safety, but the reality is different. In the modern world, stability is regression. While you stand still, the world runs. Let's talk about the physics of your brain. Neuroplasticity. You've heard that your brain can change, but no one tells you that it changes both ways. Every time you choose the couch instead of the gym, you are not just resting. You are physically strengthening the neural pathways of laziness. You are wrapping those neurons in myelin, a substance that makes signals travel faster. You are literally physically training your brain to be a loser. You are becoming a world-class expert at giving up. Every excuse you make is a new synaptic connection. Every time you delay, you are building a superhighway to failure. After years of this, being lazy doesn't require effort. It becomes your default setting. It becomes who you are. Breaking this physical structure requires immense energy. It requires pain. It requires you to force a signal through a path that is overgrown with weeds, while ignoring the superhighway of comfort right next to it. This is why it feels so hard. You are fighting your own biology.
And this explains exactly why your life hasn't changed yet, despite all the books you've read. But here is what no one wants to admit. You are actually afraid of success more than failure. Failure is comfortable. You know failure. You know what it's like to be broke. You know what it's like to be ignored. It's a warm, familiar blanket. You can play the victim. You can blame the government, the economy, your parents. But success? Success strips you of your excuses. If you succeed, you have responsibilities. If you succeed, people will watch you. People will judge you. People will attack you. Success requires you to sacrifice your old self, and your brain, obsessively attached to your identity, perceives this transformation as a mortal threat.
This happens because your amygdala does not distinguish between public speaking and a physical attack. For your subconscious, any stepping out of the ordinary is a deadly risk. Your brain does this to protect you from stress, but ironically, it creates the highest level of chronic stress for you, the stress of unfulfillment. If this hit a nerve, good. It means there is still something alive in you that hasn't resigned itself to the role of an extra in your own movie. It means you needed to hear this today. Here is the truth you avoided looking in the eye. No one is coming to save you. No book, no guru, and no YouTube algorithm will change your state until you make a decision through pain. So, how do we break the prison? We don't do it with positive thinking. We do it with radical aggression. Carl Jung spoke about the shadow, the dark, repressed part of your psyche. Your aggression, your hunger, your capacity for danger. Society tells you to hide it. I tell you to use it. You need to get angry. Angry at your mediocrity. Angry at your wasted time. Angry at the voice in your head that says, later. Use that anger as fuel. Whenever you feel an impulse to act, to write that email, to do that push-up, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. You have a 5-second window before your brain floods you with excuses. If you wait 6 seconds, you lose. You must move faster than your fear. Stop feeding your brain cheap rewards. Stop telling people your plans. Keep them secret. Let the pressure build up inside you. Let the hunger grow. The only dopamine you should get is from finished tasks. Your new psychological contract with yourself should be like this. Discomfort is my compass. If I'm scared, it means I need to go there. If I'm uncomfortable, it means I'm growing. Stop being a slave to your prehistoric brain. Become the architect of your neural networks. Your life begins where your last excuse ends. The world tells you to give up, to settle, to be realistic. But your nature whispers, can still go. On this channel, we break down the walls of self-deception. We don't offer comfort, we offer the truth. Subscribe to Can Still Go to make your journey conscious. Look at the clock. The next 5 minutes will define who you are. Do not waste them.